Alrighty, chat. We are here at the Coaches Streamer Invitational Championship. We've got Coco 4 versus Kawa. Kawa here having a name called Budget Moen. Folks being able to change their names now in Marvel Snap leaves for a lot of memes that can happen. So the Streamer Invitational here is held by Coach. He invited a good handful of folks. It was a double elimination bracket. Lots of people played in there. We had, let's see here, myself played, Kawa, Johnny Biscotti, Janko Joe, Blade, Coco 4, and Great Boy all being in the Streamer Invitational, and it came down to Kawa versus Coco 4. This is a closed deck list. They do not have to change their decks in between the matches for this championship, and Kawa is looking to win 2 out of 3 in order to get in there. So they are just sitting right in there. Maybe. And Kenny Yemi, thank you so much for the follow while we're casting this live tournament event. So again, this is the championship, and I haven't talked much about the gameplay yet because we were just kind of setting it up. I kind of missed that they had already started. So let's take a look here. It looks like Kawa is running some sort of dino deck, having both the Sentinels, the Quinjet running in there. Looks like Shang-Chi is a wonderful tech card to be able to throw against his opponents at any time. And we also have to remember this is the first match. So Coco 4 doesn't know necessarily anything that's in Kawa's hand directly. There has already been a snap. This is going from 2 to 4 cubes. This is going to be very interesting on what he can do. We see the Korg on Kawatek's side, so we probably do expect a Hawk somewhere in Kawa's deck. Over on Coco's side, we see Vision, Armor, She-Hulk, Rocket Raccoon. Very interesting set of cards. So I imagine Coco's doing some kind of energy manipulation control deck is what I'm guessing, like some kind of tech card. Yeah, I know he loves Sarah, right? So... Oh, Kenny Emmy is behind the scenes helping with the bracket and everything. Yo, shout out to Kenny Emmy for helping put together this tournament that we're being able to cast the finals for. That is a beautiful Sentinel variant for sure. So let's look here. We've got Quinjet coming down for Kawa on a cloning VATS. That's an excellent turn 1 play. Kawa not choosing to not snap on that. Very interesting. All right. I think I may have snapped on that to really put the pressure down, since cloning VATS is going to be anything he plays in there now is going to be discounted by 2, thanks to the Quinjet synergies there. Psylocke coming down from Coco's side.
Best friends?
Interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah. So that's the first time I think that we've seen the Psylocke. Agent Coulson, a beautiful card to go along with these double Quinjet as well as the Dino play. I gotta say, Kawa looks like he's in an extremely strong position here. Blind Dragon, thank you for the follow, friend, while we're casting this live championship of Coach 13's Streamer Invitational between Kawa and Coco 4. Absolutely wonderful. All right. That takes down a lot of the RNG for turn 6. Without New York in play, now there's not going to be so much movements, not so much possibilities happening. So our opponents are going to have a little bit more perfect information about what can be played. We do see a snap coming down. I'm pretty sure that's from Coco. Coco feels like they're in a very strong position here, even though there's been some Quinjet action and some Agent Coulson. Kawatek's going to stay in this. And I think that's a perfectly okay move to happen here. He's got a lot of cards that's going to be coming into his hand. He's got Dino. He's got the Hawk. He's got a lot of discounts here with Quinjet. He can really fill up the board here with some powerful cards that are coming out of nowhere. Shuri coming down from Coco. Shuri's not dead, chat. Coco bringing it to the championship of this invitational. Love to see it. Pixel variant as well. Coco is a pixel enjoyer, as I know everybody here on my channel is, and hopefully everybody out there in the Marvel Snap community. Very interesting. Checking to see exactly how many cards were in Coco's deck before deciding to play the Hawk down, deciding to go with Dino. We haven't seen the Hawk come out, but now we have a 3-cost Dino in hand. Black Bolt getting rid of Ashana. I don't think that hurts us too terribly bad, but that is a 16 power Black Bolt. Yo, Wujatas. Thank you for the follow to the channel of mispronunciations and misplays. We are currently streaming casting Coach's Streamer Invitational between the magnificent Coco 4 and the very infamous Kawa Tech. So let's see here. Looks like we're going in, right? Kawa hasn't locked in his turn yet. Coco did lay down the snap, but it looks like Kawa's a little bit confident. I mean, having a 3-cost Dino when you've got Sentinels to pop back into your hand, you've got Cloning Vats to pop back in your hand is absolutely insane. Maybe. And I've got to say, like, again, I would have snapped as Kawa on turn 1 here where I saw the Quinjet on my opening hand and I saw the Cloning Vats. But Coco's got something, right? Coco's got something. We've only seen 8 of 12 of the Coco cards. And we've seen Polaris, we've been seeing Shuri, we've seen Black Bolt. Seems like a very interesting deck that might have a little Enchantress in it. You know, maybe we see an Enchantress come down here from Coco. All right, Kawa's winning all 3 lanes after his reveals, but what's going to happen? Taskmaster, definitely huge. Stature, definitely huge. Taking the power back away from Kawa's side of the board, putting it all on Coco. Coco has not lost a round yet in this match. Absolutely insane. Being able to read where his opponent's going to play, where he needs to be able to put the cards down. Both of these players have a lot of experience in tournaments. I know Kawa's been in several Marvel Snap tournaments as well as hosted them. And I know that Coco even hails a little bit of tournament experience in games like Yu-Gi-Oh!, where I do believe he had the championship in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Quebec, I want to say. I don't 100% remember. I don't have a fact sheet of our players. I'm just recalling based off of conversations we've had. And, don't remember them exactly, but I know that both these players have a lot of tournament experience. I've seen Kawa in Snap tournaments. I've seen Coco in Snap tournaments, and I know Coco also plays a lot of interesting cards. Is Coco's list anywhere? I see a question coming in on chat. I tell you what, chat, maybe I'll just do a little bit of this. Let me do a little bit of live editing here on stream and reveal the deck trackers a bit. So now we've got Kawa's deck as it's been deck trackered on the left. And we'll try to open up a little bit for Coco's deck on the right. It's going to change our field of view a little bit here, but now you can kind of see the decks alongside as well. And I think everybody really enjoys being able to see the decks to be able to predict the plays along with me during this cast. So it's a little bit smaller of a play field, I know, but hey, we've got the deck list there. We still missing 2 cards from Coco's deck that we haven't seen yet, as we are spectating Kawa's screen. Kawa decides to throw down to Doc Hawk on Necroshaw. Pretty good. Doc Hawk is a pretty strong card by himself, so the Necroshaw doesn't have to split across several cards. You got the Dino, but that doubling Black Bolt, discarding 2 cards from Kawa's hand, really kind of hurting the possibility of Dino here. Kawa's got to really think about this one too, right, chat? Because this is a championship game, and he is on the back foot here. But if he retreats, he does go into the high stake round on an odd number of health, and it is actually very beneficial to go into high stakes on odd health. Funny enough. Interesting. He plays the Dino down on mid. The Dr. Doom on left. Now not getting both Doombots on mid if that's the play that they go with. Negasonic's an interesting play here, especially considering that we have priority for Kawa. Kawa looks like he's going for the Doom play. Looks like he's trying to lock that in. I would doubt that Coco retreats here. I think Coco's in a very strong position. I think Coco, even if he's worried of not winning this, might want to see it through just on the off chance that he can go ahead and put Kawa into a one match game of high stakes. Ooh, that's what I was talking about. The Negasonic play is very interesting considering that we have Prio. We could guarantee destroy something, but Kawa going back to the Doom play. Yeah. Kawa's definitely on his heels here, and I think Coco's gonna press the advantage. Moves the Vision, that covers up the Hawk, but the Doombot is going to put enough on Necroshard to beat Vision. What is this play? It is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel not going to be able to tie this up, so Coco was trying to push that. I kind of agree with the push on that, considering he has such a high lead going into high stakes, but Captain Marvel was just not going to be able to find that win at all. Negasonic Teenage Warhead would not have been a win either because they just moved the Vision, and I think that was why Kawa probably ultimately decided to go with the Doombots, because he could very clearly see that Vision could cover the Hawk without needing to play a card there. So we're going into another round here. We're still not quite to high stakes. I believe this is round 4. So Coco just lost 2 health. Kawa's got to be happy about that. The Mystique coming down on Sakaar really blows. And honestly, Shuri coming down for free for Coco is not great either. We've got cards in Coco's deck like Polaris, a 3 energy 5 cost that skipping turn 2 is not going to be a problem with Sunspot on the board as well. The Snap coming down from Coco, Kawa's not going to have any of that. He saw the Mystique come down. That was a big disadvantage. Automatically knowing, just go ahead, mulligan that round, go into high stakes, as I said, on an odd number. That basically gives Kawa a free retreat here. Quote unquote, an extra retreat. If Kawa would have stayed in, he would be down at 2 cubes now and would not have a retreat in him. So Coco's just got to nail out 2 more wins here in order to get it. I would expect to see Coco come down with a very early snap here. All right. Pushing an early decision on Kawa. Is this your last game or do you retreat? But Coco probably wants to be able to show a little bit of power before that snap and confirm that he has a little bit of power. At this point in the match, we have seen all of Coco's cards, and although I do not have a tracker to know what Kawa has shown to Coco, I believe Coco knows all of Kawa's cards as well. So there's a good chance that both players are now operating with perfect knowledge of the opponent's decks. Yo, it's going very well, Connor Carnage. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you in chat, and good to see everybody in chat. Here on the channel of Mispronunciation and Misplays, we are live casting Coach 13's Streamer Invitational, and an amazing event that was put on by Coach, and invited several good streamers to it. Coco4 and Kawatech ended up being in the championship, and that is what we are spectating and casting live on twitch.tv. Behind the scenes, Kenny Yemi also did a lot of work for this invitational, and real quickly here, let's just go ahead and review. We had Kawatech in the invitational, Jenko Joe, Coco4, Grape Boy, myself, Johnny Biscuit, and Blade, all invited, all played in this double a limb invitational. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach. So many Ks. We got Coach 13's invitational with Kawatech and Coco4 in the championship. A very alliterative championship, if I do say so myself. Good to see everybody in there, and there will be many more tournaments that Coach puts on. Coach, I think you may even have an open tournament that you're looking to put out there. Feel free, Coach, to drop any links in chat that you would like. Looking a little bit back here at the match that we've been ignoring while we were talking a little bit about the Invitational and how wonderful it's been put on. Kawa Tech looks to be in a pretty strong position here, laying down a lot of Sentinels, so you know a Dino is very scary here. Being able to rip off the Korg and lock down the middle with Negasonic. Love to see a little Teenage Warhead getting play. Now on turn 6 here, Kawa either has won the middle lane or hasn't, right? Coco's going to have to put 2 cards in to win the middle lane because he has nothing like Dr. Doom to get in there, and his vision's not on the board to move in. Kawa looks to just go ahead and see about locking down Danger Room. Coco's armor might be actual deficit for him right now, as it is going to allow both players to just play on Danger Room without worry. Now, is Kawa thinking that he wants to put 5 on both outside lanes, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Oh my goodness, Kawa deciding to go ahead and go for the retreat. The retreat now even, not even retreat layer. I'm going to be honest with you. That feels a little bit like a misplay. Because maybe Coco was retreating, right? But I do have to agree, that was an obvious win for Coco. Kawa made the call. Doc Hawk was just not going to put enough on the board. He didn't draw his Dino. Would have had a beautiful Dino hand to put down some power. Being able to play a Dino and a Sentinel on turn 6 would have been beautiful. But Kawa just was not able to find that Dino. There's the correct link for the open sign up for Coach's tournament. If you are interested in playing in one of Coach's tournament, feel free to go ahead and hit that link. We're going to go ahead and pin that for 60 minutes, chat. So the link is pinned. If anybody comes into chat, please feel free to point them to that tournament sign up if they too would like to participate in a tournament such as the one that we are casting now. Captain was the only thing to tie mid. Could have played for tiebreakers. A bit surprised by the retreat. I think Kawa doesn't want to like play for the tiebreaker. I think maybe Kawa's playing this a little conservative, not taking the risk there. But I could see what you're saying there, Owen Lee. I mean, Kawa was in the lead, but something spooked him out, and I think the fact that he couldn't get a lot of value from Darkhawk kind of spooked him out. Yeah, unless I'm in the finals, I will most likely be casting. So if you enjoy this kind of casting as well, if you would like your tournament match to be casted, sign up for those those Coach. Oh my goodness, chat. Mispronunciations and misplays. Sign up for Coach's tournament right away. All right, rock slide coming down on the raft, putting 2 rocks in. Also have Korg in hand. You know that Kawa is hoping to find that Hawk. He can't do any bluffing anymore. There's no bluffing involved. This match, every match from here on out goes down to turn 6 and ends. Unless Kawa just absolutely knows he's not going to do it and he's going to do like the walk away from the table respectfully kind of thing. Every match goes on, right? There's no reason. Snapping doesn't matter anymore. This is just pure cards. This is just how well can you draw and how well can you play the cards that you draw. Now, knowing this, we're playing a lot of Korg, a lot of rock slide in order to affect Coco's draw. We end up getting a free Heimdall for Kawa Tech. That's a 0-8. That's not too shabby. It will move everything to the left. But I think that Kawa is going to be able to play that Heimdall on turn 6 for a surprise 8 power. Coco's got the vision down. The sunspots on the board, you got to imagine that if Coco skips here, it is a guaranteed call out that She-Hulk is in hand, right? With the sunspot on the board and the She-Hulk in the deck, a skip here definitely telegraphs She-Hulk coming through. All right. Thinking Coulson down on left on Machine World. Gonna hold the Sentinel in hand, deciding not to use that energy. Not quite sure what maybe the Coulson's hoping to find there, but a Captain Marvel is a pretty good find off of Coulson. Also a Stergron looks pretty good off Coulson as well. This is very interesting here now. These are some very interesting cards to get pulled out of Coulson. I mean, the Heimdall You can play 3 cards here. You can play more than 3 cards here. I just don't know exactly what you look to play. Oh, the goose is very scary there. Interesting. Maybe the Stegron to block away anything that the goose is trying to lay down as well could be pretty good. I don't know. You've got the Dino. This is some interesting choices. Coco probably has some interesting choices as well. Just looking at what might be possibly in his hand, he could have Polaris, Black Bolt, could be a She-Hulk coming down. You know, maybe Captain Marvel for a 12 power Captain Marvel that can go over onto the Goose Lane. Don't quite know, but whatever Coco plays is going to get that amazing Shuri buff. Heimdall coming down. Okay. There's that free 0-8. Coco could have had no clue about it because it did come off the raft. Could have been some more terrifying 6 drops, honestly, to see come down. But I think overall, that really did help Kawa redistribute his power. It comes down to She-Hulk. Wait a second. Did She-Hulk not get the buff? Wait a second. What happened to Shuri? Interesting. I missed what happened to Shuri, where the Shuri buff went. Not quite sure. It's a different lane. Oh, that's right. The Shuri nerf coming in, affecting this championship match. Shuri there cannot actually buff the She-Hulk. Holy smokes, because of the nerf to Shuri. That would have definitely swung the tides if Shuri wasn't nerfed. Good call, chat. Yeah, it basically works like rescue. I'm sure Coco knew about that. That's why Vision was on that lane. He could have chose to move Vision and then get the Shuri buff. Looks like Exile Deity is redeeming auto-tuned. So, Coaches 13 Streamer Invitational Championship, the only championship tournament out there known to me to be casted in an auto-tuned amount. So here we've got Kiln coming down. That's going to be interesting for our players. They're going to have to think about that for their later turns. No Shang from Coco makes Onslaught OP for Kawa. I could see that. I could see it. Sentinel coming down to be played. We got Devil Dino in hand for Kawa, so that Sentinel is an excellent play. Coco's played 2 cards on this turn. Rocket Raccoon correctly predicted for that beautiful on-reveal buff and a little armor to probably protect some other cards. Something big like a Shuri target. It looks like once again we might see Hawk come down, which really just depends on the size of Coco's deck. Thank you so much for the voice redemption and doing the auto-tune there. Random ones, yeah, please don't do a random one during the live cast. Thank you for the thought, though. Yeah, a lot of people. She's not bad, right, Zodex? She's not bad. A lot of people ditched her, but that I really like that idea. Like the Vision with there. They could move Vision and put more power down on mid, which looked like a good play. It looked like a good play for Coco that Kawa had to think about. Because they were tied there, and that could win the tie, you know? All right, Kawa decided to go down with the Hawk. Coco passed. Coco passing there means you're probably seeing a She-Hulk come down this turn. Should cost, what, about 2? So perhaps it's She-Hulk and Polaris? She-Hulk and Polaris might be coming down from Coco. Kawa looking to double up on that Hawk and then lay down the Zabu. Hoping to lay down Rock Slide next turn, maybe find his Shang. So it looks like the Hawks are going to be taking it for the right lane. No, Kawa's changing his mind. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm sure Coco is just as deliberative and calculated with his moves as well on his side of the board. I do expect a She-Hulk to be coming down this play from Coco. Now, I think the best thing that he can couple with She-Hulk would be the Polaris. But we might also see maybe a Psylocke come down as well. A Black Bolt comes down. Interesting. Skipping turn 4 and not benefiting from that skip, except for the Sunspot soaking. Black Bolt discarding a card out of Kawa's hand. Now Kawa has a wonderful play here into Mystique on Onslaught Citadel. That's going to be a double dino. Then he basically gets to put 3 more power on right, while still retaining that card in his hand because it is Sentinel, and that will pop back in. So I think I kind of like this a lot. Negasonic is also a pretty spicy play here, but I think Mystique is just going to be a stronger play to win the Onslaught Citadel, because it's going to be able to overcome probably 2 cards worth of power if Coco decides to devote that many cards to the left side. Stature probably cost 1 here, so you see a 5 coming down, all right? But where else does Coco get, right? Is it Shuri Stature? Shuri Stature to go ahead and win Wakanda. That actually might do it. Shuri Stature would be a total of 12 power, putting him up to 27, but that Sentinel's going to drop Kawa on to 28, so maybe that's not there. Coco already seeing the Devil Dino may be calculating that a Sentinel's coming down as well, because it's just a good play, especially considering that, again, the Dino's down. So Mystique does come down. Coco again decided to put all the power that he could over on left, ignoring Wakanda. Didn't have the Shuri in hand. That's going to give the game to Kawa. Kawa really scraping himself back up. Lost most of his cubes before we got into the high stake round. But you never give up in battle mode. Never give up in these tournaments. Every single match matters. At this point, it's just cards. It's just draw RNG and cards. All you got to do is play your very best, and that might still get you the win. Kawa only has to squeak by 2 more victories here, and then this will go to another round where they will both start back off on round 1 and 10 health. Korg is an excellent 1 drop to play for Kawa's deck, but Sunspot is also very excellent for Coco, so both of our players opening up with excellent starting hands. Coco dodges the Clintar by playing Sunspot on the rightmost unrevealed location, something that he couldn't have known, but won the 50-50. As long as this isn't Murder World, I think Sunspot on the right location ends up being a little bit stronger than Korg on the mid, but luckily Korg does not matter on Clintar. If anything, it's going to help consolidate that power up and give Kawa more space to play on mid. Coco planned the Psylocke on turn 2, looking to ramp in. It's got 4 energy now from Coco. What does Coco play there? Is it the Shuri? Is it Shuri into Polaris? Is that an obvious, I have Shuri in my hand? All right. Shuri into Shuri's Lab, into Taskmaster, extremely scary here, but Kawa's got the Negasonic to answer it. So as long as Kawa plays Negasonic at the right time, I think Kawa really wants priority here for the rest of the match. I don't actually think Negasonic Teenage Warhead came down. If it did, it was the very first round. So I'm not actually sure that Coco has that knowledge of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Zabu coming down on Shuri's lane. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be Shuri from Coco. It very well was the only 4-drop in Coco's deck for him to ramp into. A beautiful split here with some black glitter rotation and a pixel variant. Not a bad pixel variant at all. He played it in the game he retreated. Got you, Owen Lee. Thank you very much. All right, what are we going to be playing here? I actually think it is a Coulson maneuver from Kawa on mid, and I do believe that we are going to be seeing, honestly, Captain Marvel. If Coco has Captain Marvel goes down on Shuri's Lab, and that does pretty well win it. Now, I got to say here, we've got Prio from Kawa. Maybe Coulson isn't right now. Maybe we go ahead and destroy. Oh my goodness, the plays. So it looks like Shuri Hulk. This is absolutely nutty for Kawa. He has Negasonic Warhead, absolutely down on left, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you play down the Sentinel anywhere you want it, honestly, except for left. Keep the options open to you. Now, you got to imagine Coco's coming down here. He's looking into She-Hulk into Taskmaster. She-Hulk into Taskmaster. He knows the Negasonic's there. Kawa's shown the Negasonic. He could potentially go Rocket and then She-Hulk. But whatever happens, it's going to destroy the first card, and that's going to be the card that Shuri gets the buff on. So, let's see. It's an armor! What a play from Coco, reading that the Negasonic Warhead was going to be coming out and playing the armor for 12 power into Shuri's lab. And now Negasonic Warhead is going to proc every single time someone plays. So we're going to get a wonderful animation with that. Absolute applause. Coco reading that like a book, deciding, hey, even if Negasonic doesn't come down, 12 power armor's pretty good. And it's going to protect it from Shang-Chi as well. That was amazing. I got to say, again, because we know Shang-Chi is in the deck, right? It's just a good play on Coco's half to put armor on the lane that more often than not creates cards with more than 9 power. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I don't know what we can do here. Doom just doesn't cover enough, right? Doom gets beat out by Captain Marvel easy. And Captain Marvel on Shuri's lab is a huge win here. Hawk's not really quite enough. Dino's huge, but you got to win 2 lanes. You got to win 2 lanes. Holy smokes. Coco just really showing why he's got the tournament experience he does and how he's going to bring it to the table. Again, like in 2020 hindsight, I didn't see it at first, but that was an excellent play because, again, it also protects against future Shang-Chi. Amazing. Yeah, played armor first and then allowed to play the She-Hulk behind it for even more benefit as well. Yeah, Shuri's lab is just going to be the tiebreaker there for sure. Not much you can do there. Needed 1 more point. Kawa losing by 1 point, right? 1 point lost there. Yeah, an amazing play on the armor. Gotta admit that was an amazing play on the armor. Not really a way for Kawa to have found 1 more point either, I don't think. What a championship round. Holy smokes, chat. That was an absolutely incredible game by 2 absolutely incredible content makers. Coco won that round. Coach, do we have another one lined up? I know that Kawa had to win by 2. I think he came up from the losers bracket. I think Coco went undefeated. Yeah, Coco went undefeated in the entire Coach Streamer Invitational. Holy smokes. What an amazing play. Absolutely amazing. We're going to do a shout out to Coco for getting that win. Yo, Coco, good to see you in, bud. Congratulations, GG's on the Streamer Invitational. We'll throw some GG's out there as well. Absolutely GG's. Thank you, Deity. It's a good hat, right? Wow, Coco, freaking fantastic. Fantastic job. Congratulations. Let me see here, chat, real quickly here. I'm gonna look for some things. Let me see here. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that incredible play, Coco? That armor was just amazing. An amazing, beautiful play. Kawa definitely played really well as well. Maybe a retreat in there that he could have won, but really just gotta hold into it. Always get nervous versus the Kawa spice, and he had some spice in there. Love to see Teenage Warhead come in. Love to see Teenage Warhead come in a tournament like that, and some excellent plays with Warhead when he had the play. I mean, I think Warhead there was really strong. It made a lot of sense, but Armored was just so great as well. Yo, Kawa coming in with the raid. Welcome in, Kawa. GG's, man. Excellent plays. Thank you for sharing your stream, allowing me to cast here on the channel of mispronunciation and misplays. And thank you, Coach, for hosting such a wonderful streamer invitational. Kawa Tech GG indeed. Thank you, Kawa Tech. But our winner, our undefeated winner in Coaches Streamer Invitational is Coco4. Guys, congratulations, Coco4. And congratulations to all the participants. All of the participants that played in this match. Thank you to me. I played in this tournament, not this match, this tournament. Thank you to all the folks who participated. I'm going to go ahead, read off some names. Coach, if I miss anybody, please call me out in chat and tell me to get their name correct. But hey, shout outs to Kawatech for participating, Johnny Biscotti, Janko Joe, Blade, Coco4, and Great Boy. Some incredible streamers out there.
Maybe.
And thank you, Hippie Meister, for the follow, getting us one step closer to our 1,500 follower goal. If we have 1,500 followers, chat, Tears of the Kingdom, live stream, early. Hey, Coco, can you check your DMs real quick? Oh, you got to fly for now. All right, you'll be back later. Okay, roger that, Coco. Roger that. Hey, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and allowing this casting to happen. Coach, thank you for the opportunity to cast. And again, shout outs to all the players and everyone who worked so hard to make this tournament happen. Kimmy Limmy as well. Absolutely. Oh, you can? All right. Cool. Let me see here, and then I'm going to pop this real quick.
Hello.
Hey, Coco. Welcome in, and congratulations on the win, bud. How does it feel? We'll do a little post-championship interview. Coco, tell the folks at home how it feels.
Bittersweet. I don't like beating Kawa, but it was nice. It feels good because the armor play that felt nice.
Dude, that armor play, that was incredible because, I mean, even if it wasn't Teenage Warhead, right, you protected against Song-Chi. And the whole time I'm casting that match, and I'm like, oh, Kawa's got to keep Prio. He's got to keep Prio so he can use Warhead. And you just armor coming down saying, hello, I'm a 12 power boy. What's up?
Yeah, dude, the Shang-Chi and the armor, the Shang-Chi and the Negasonic is the reason. I don't know if you saw some of the other games where I made some like really strange like turn 6 placements. Like the one with the stature and Psylocke, and I tried to win with that because I thought, Doctor Doom and Shang-Chi beat me, so I tried to. Those cards are a pain in the ass to play around.
They really are, and I love seeing Black Bolt in as well. I mean, I know you said something about being nervous about Kawa Spice, but a little Black Bolt stature. I mean, that's spicy as well, Coco, isn't it?
I gotta say, shout out to WW Los for that list. I literally stole it off Twitter this morning. I wanted to play like the Black Bolt stature Thanos, but I'm like, okay, that's too counterable. Yeah. And then I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw WW Los's deck. I was like, oh, that's the one.
Twitter, one of the best places to pick up Marvel Snaps for sure. Deck lists. Coco, again, congratulations on the championship for Coaches Invitational. Before I let you go here, tell the folks at home where they can find you, what you're getting yourself into, what they might be able to expect from you in the coming months.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Coco4CCG. That's with the number 4, COCO number 4 CCG. And then on Twitch, it's Coco_4 with the word 4 because that handle is taken, with the number is taken on Twitch Saturday. What they can find for me is I don't know, we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday at 9 p.m. and it's kind of like I call it like the casual competitive where we're not sweating, but we're not just playing the memeiest of memes, if that makes sense. And for me though, you can expect I've been doing a lot of commentating recently, a lot of casting. I did a bunch for the Snap Battle Arena, and I've signed myself up for the next one. And then I'll be commentating. I can't really say the name of the event, but there is an event coming up in May, and I'll be commentating for the top 8 for that. So you can generally see me do a bunch of that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, my friend. Well, I got to tell you guys, be sure to run over there, follow Coco4, get on to the Coco Show because it is an amazing time. And the
Appreciate
Discord's
it.
pretty good too. I'm a big fan of Coco 4 and Kawa Tech and all of the great participants. Thank you again, Coach, for putting this tournament together.
Yeah,
Kenny and
shout
Lenny
out,
for putting it
Coach.
together. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, while we're talking about Coach, can I say you guys got to check his Discord as well. He does monthly bounties.
Yes,
Like
yes.
first to infinite, it's all cash.
Yep.
So he has like first to infinite. He did like largest hit monkey. We did largest Black Panther. When there's hot locations that allow banana stuff, he'll do like a 24-hour like bounty. They're really good. They're really good.
I love that there's like these extras bits. Coach really pushing it for the community, right? Ways to be competitive and do like achievements and stuff other than just like the plain old ladder or plain old tournaments. So
and he normally his bounties are centered around like more like fun decks or like meme decks. So like even if like you have to play against the meta stuff, there's still something to play for while doing all like the fun like onslaught Wong Black Panther shenanigans to make the largest thing.
Yeah, so for sure, join up on Coach's Discord. Coach, if you want to throw an invite link in chat, please feel free. Join that Discord, participate in some of these bounties, see if you can't get yourself a little bit of cash. And Coach is also running an open tournament, so keep an eye out there. I know Coach cooks up some crazy ideas too for some fun tournament lists, kind of like the bounties, looking for those memes, right? How big can you get your hit monkey?
Absolutely. Right. And generally, coaches tournament, even this one is a lot. It's really he made it really accessible, where we didn't have to play it all in one day. He's like, here is your bracket. You have a week to finish it by Sunday. Go. So this way, it kind of fit people's schedules. Because like I know for me, I can't really play tournaments because I work Saturdays and all the big tournaments are on Saturdays. So I can't play any of them. I'm around to commentate the top cut and whatnot, but I can never ever play them.
Yeah, because playing throughout an entire tournament in a single day, right? That's a lot of time committed.
Yeah.
And, our weekend warriors like you got work on the weekends. You're a warrior out there. So tournaments like this where you play them on your time, as well as hopefully seeing some more weekday tournaments for our weekend warriors. But the competitive snap scene is absolutely amazing. And thank you, Coach, for being on the forefront of that and pushing it and evolving it.
Yeah. Shout out, Coach. He's a good guy. I fucking love him.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, Coco. Coco, for the post-match interview. I gotta run. I've drank a lot of waters during this cast, so we're gonna take a quick BRB. But again, congratulations and thank you so much for the words. Hey
man, thank you. Much appreciated. Thanks for casting. Thanks for the interview. And yeah, like I said, I gotta fly for a bit, but if you're still alive, I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna come check you out.
All right, sounds good, bud. I'll see you around. Have a great night.
All right, later.